And now to the problem of things that go to your head, and that seems to happen most in this country at the Australian hotel, the local pub. Pubs are, to say the least, of an infinite variety in Australia. In fact, some sociologists might add, the Aussie pub provides us with the most convenient and everyday ready reckoner to the cross-sections which make up our so-called egalitarian society. It's reported that the pubs of Sydney are even more varied than anywhere else in the country. So after careful consideration, we detailed George Negus to blaze this trail through our heartland of hostelries to chart some of that infinite variety.
The time of the day doesn't matter. If it's a grog you're after, Sydney will turn one on. It might not always be the decor or the architecture that grabs you, but there's always an early heart starter down by the docks, if you're not all that fussed about the locale. Some of this town's daytime watering holes have all the charm of the old 6 o'clock swill. But if you're doing the rounds, there are plenty who will bend your ear while you're bending your elbow. Brendan, how long have you been drinking in this pub?
I'd say around about 15 years.
In this pub, all that time?
Yeah.
And in this spot, they tell me?
In the same spot, yeah.
You're almost at home away from home.
Well, it's more or less home. I'm here more than what I'm at home.
Really?
Yeah.
How long would you spend here a day?
I come in around about 10 o'clock a day.
Yeah. What, after work? You work shift work, do you?
I work night time. And I stay till more or less 10 o'clock at night. They're talking about doing the place up. But I'll tell you what, when they do the place up, I might lose my corner. Put it that way, too.
Because this is Bruno's Corner.
This is Bruno's Corner.
But if you don't mind a bit of a drive, some pubs in some suburbs have a different sort of charm. Also very much their own.
Well, I believe that it was built this way, not really to look like a hotel.
It certainly looks different, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is right.
And you think it was built so that it didn't look like a lot of Sydney hotels
That's right.
look?
Keep more or less with the area that it's in.
Around lunchtime, though, you'd be crazy not to get out in the sun. The harbour's the spot. The views speak for themselves. And a beer and a steak have got to be the order of the day.
We have quite a cross-section of the community that drink here. I could say, as I said earlier, from bookmakers to pirates sort of thing. Well, there is a few that come to be seen. We've had our little bit of stripper-armour sort of thing here in this hotel, and we cease that, of course, you know, we try to stop it.
Yeah.
But a lot do get down here just to be seen.
But the Sydney foreshore is hardly cluttered with this sort of al fresco imbibing.
Well, they drink what they want to drink here. Within the pub, there's no sneaking home to have a drink. If they fancy a wine, they drink it here. If they fancy a schooner, they drink it here, and they drink it as it should be drink, as an Australian should drink. Oh, it was many years back, yes, it was known as a bloodhouse, yes.
Are Sydney's pubs tough these days? Are there any tough pubs left in Sydney?
On the word tough, no, I'd say there's not any really tough pubs that should be feared to go into. That's the type of pub you're talking about, I presume?
Yeah, the loo pubs.
No, the loo is a very quiet, reserved type of an area now. We've got quite a mixed type of people that come here.
But not all your Sydney boozers are just for boozing. For years, a few have been trying to marry two Australian characteristics: the preoccupation with drinking and a lack of it with art. How does it feel, David, to see your paintings in a pub rather than a gallery?
Oh, well, it's a little bit less sophisticated than a gallery, I suppose, hanging paintings in a pub, but as Ron was saying, it's less formal, and you do get an incredible range of people through, and people can sort of relax and have a drink and look around and then obligated by painting.
Ron, why do you reckon people come to particular pubs? Why is it that people have a favourite pub?
Well, I think this depends mainly on the locals. It is their own club. A pub is a poor man's club in a way. But on the other hand, you get large pubs elsewhere that are not necessarily poor men's clubs. But the thing is that I think they come to the pub, it's a meeting place, you're not bound to do that, and you meet a cross-section of people, and they don't have to be members, they change.
On the other hand, if you're after something smooth, you've got to slide into the city proper. It might cost a bit more, but that's for the atmosphere.
it brings back the things that we used to have. We remember people, some of them are long gone, but I think generally it's an attitude, it's a feeling of belonging, it's part of our life. This hotel, this bar has been part of my life, my social life, for around about 30 years.
Is the Australian a happy drunk?
No, I think he's a very exacting drunk.
Exacting?
Yes. I think he becomes more astute as he drinks.
But at the end of a very wet day, the pub you know is probably better than the pubs you didn't. Besides, they're usually closer to home.
I said you're smiling, and the old one miles with you. Oh, but you're laughing, I know you're laughing, and the old one smiles at you. Oh, when you're crying, don't bring down the rain, keep on smiling, and be happy again. Oh, when you're smiling, I said you're smiling, I'm at the old world mile again. You know, a symphony man, you know, we play this one, we make them go. I'll take it easy, wait. Now listen, what do you like? What do you like?
I like traditional British folk music.
Oh, well. I know that one, we know this one.
Go on.
What's the Matilda?
Yeah?
Fella, what's the Matilda? What's the Matilda? I came a waltzing Matilda with you. And my heart as we come down to Matilda. You come a waltzing, he likes it too. How long you been playing that?
Yes, well, George Negus reporting. We haven't seen him since. That's it for this week from Saturday Week. We're hoping you can join us next Saturday night at the usual time. Thanks for being with us for the final edition next week. Until then, from all of us here, good night. Have a happy week.